so wrong to crave recognition. Second best, right? Is it so wrong to want rewarding, to want more than is given to you, than is given to you?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to rounds 11 and 12 of the TeamHard.com Clio Cup, brought to you by XtremeRPM. And my name is Will Barnes, and joined in the commentary box I have Miles Weway. Isn't here at the moment, but he will join me a bit later on. Unfortunately, we don't have everyone's favourite commentator, Felix van Delft, but he is very, very busy indeed for exams. And that means I'll be doing the cameras and the commentary tonight. So if you do have any constructive criticism for the stream, do leave that in the comments. If there are any issues whatsoever, feel free to leave me a message and I'll get on top of that right away. Unfortunately, I don't have everything completely set up, including some of the console, but we will survive. Currently in practice with just 3 minutes remaining, and it's Nicolas Biver who tops the timesheets. And Chris Shepherd up there alongside him. Not an awful lot between these guys, and the top 15 are within a second. That is quite exceptional, as we are used to seeing in this Team Hard Clear Cup. For those who are brand new to the series, we have a 10 minutes qualifying session coming up after this. That is then followed by a 25-minute race, and then for race 2, the top 10 will be reversed from race 1, and everyone else will be in their finishing positions from race 1. And we also have 2 classes, CC1 and CC2. You can see that in the bottom left hand side of your screen, the bottom left corner, sorry, as we watch Matthew Marquardt and Nicolas Biver in CC1. That is the faster division. We also have CC2, which is slightly slower, but not an awful lot slower. These guys are all pretty competitive, I'd say. Hope everything is running smoothly. But if there are any issues, do let me know. As long as we are in HD, I'm reasonably happy. Looks okay to me. Yeah, we are here at Oulton Park. Didn't even bother introducing the circuit then, on the island layout. Nice and warm weather today, completely dry. Don't believe there's a chance of rain. Should be quite decent track temperature out there. Pretty toasty for the UK. And we have just 1 minute left in this session. The fastest time on the server is a 1:32.8. That was set by defending champion Cyril Verdmüller. At the moment they're not too far off that, but I wonder what the conditions were like. Cyril Verdmüller, speaking of him, he is up on his best time. 2/10 in fact. Let's see what he can do in the final part of the lap. Is it going to be enough? And yeah. Apologies if the camera switching is a bit off-putting. I haven't quite got the console set up, so I'll be using a different plugin for now. But hopefully things will improve throughout the stream, and we will have our co-commentator alongside us very, very shortly indeed. But until then, let's get ready for quality. Drivers just finishing their laps now. If you want to see the full grid and what the times of everyone are like, you can go onto XtremeRPM.org rFactor.liveracers.info and follow all the action there. Get all the data from each car, get all the sector times, all the revs and everything, what gear they're in, lots of live telemetry for you to look at, and I do recommend you do it if you want to see the track map as well. Very, very useful with such a big field, very close and competitive field as always. And yeah, let's see what these guys can do as we move to qualifying. And just 10 minutes for drivers to set some quick laps and set the grid for that all important first race. Get an equal number of points for round races 1 and 2. Getting a bit busy in the pit lane. Almost a little race start just here. Look at all these cars as they head out onto the circuit. And everyone streaming out, no surprise, trying to get that banker lap in, that all important banker lap in nice and early. We've already got a little mini battle on track. I think Nicolas Bever was the first car out. Oh, he's not actually Cyril Verdmüller, I believe. But look at this, we've got cars all over the show, everyone desperate to get a lap in. Let's see, Cyril Verdmüller. He will be the first to set a lap time. Let's see what he can do. Riding on board. And he has got some nice free air up ahead of him. He'll want to hang on to that, of course. Oh, locking the brakes there for Cyril. But yeah, let's see what Cyril can do. Obviously, defending champion, he needs a good result. As we start a lap then of Oulton Park. On board with Cyril Verdmüller. Riding down towards turn 1. Bit slidey is the Clio, using all the track. And that curb on the exit. Coming now into the big braking. Not too long on the brakes, then just flick it in. Quite a long corner, I want to keep your momentum up. This is what Cyril Verdmüller will see. Down into the hairpin. Get on the power as early as you dare. Now this is a tricky section into the chicane. Want to keep up good momentum through here. Nicolas Bever, let's see what the times are like. Nicolas Bever goes purple in the first sector. No, it doesn't. Cyril Verdmüller does a 35.5 in that 7 in the first sector. 35.7 is the fastest so far. Should be provisional pole. Let's see what he can do though. Still got a bit of time left to go in this lap. Looking at the middle sector, he does a 31.4. Let's compare that. 31.431, and Adam Delmont does a 31.426. So fractionally up. Let's see what this time will bring. Nicolas Bever aborts his lap. Cyril Verdmüller goes to pole with a 133.6. That's a lot slower than what we saw in practice. Some scruffy laps from people as it looks. And here we go. Matthew Marquardt goes to the top now with a 33.5. 10th clear of the rest of the field, just a 1,000th separate Delmont and Verdmüller. Chris Shepherd yet to do a lap. He's one of the front runners, so let's ride with him.
About a 10th off in the first sector.
And Just as I say that, somebody sneakily drops into the commentary box. Miles Wee
31.5 in the middle sector, which compared to the current fastest time is about the same. He looks like he's good for being about a 10th off so far.
Yep. Still a bit slower than what we saw in practice. Fastest time ever on the server, as I said, is a 32.8. As Matthew Marquardt aborts his lap there, gets onto the brakes, gets himself a bit more space perhaps. Cyril Vermeulen, meanwhile, just about 3/4 of a tenth down on his personal best as he goes through the middle sector. See if he can improve in this final part of the lap.
Chris Shepherd manages to get.
Oh, here we go.
So far,
Chris Shepherd, always a front runner in this series. See if Cyril.
Final sector.
Indeed. Can Cyril topple that? Yes, he cannot.
I am noticing that the pit lane seems quite full. We've got cars stacking.
Yeah, it's
in certain pit boxes.
Quite a lot of cars today. It's always
30
a bit.
current runners.
Yeah, always a bit of a melee coming out of the pits. Just a little race. So many cars much together. Eric Strand is nearly a second up on his best. He's currently a second down on Chris Shepherd, and he's 9.936 up. Can he go to the top? He should be there or thereabouts, you would have thought. Eric Strand is one very fast bloke indeed. And he goes P4 with that lap. Dylan Yates stays P14. He can't improve. Just over halfway through this session. Yellow flag in the first sector. It's gone now though, thankfully, so probably someone just backing off. Matthew Marquardt is still a 10th down as he runs through the first sector. Can he find any more time through the middle? Nicolas Biver is down in 25th place at the moment. That is not what we're used to seeing. And he's got traffic now. Maybe he can pick up a little bit of a slipstream from Jordan Robinson, or Anthony Robinson, sorry.
Who presses escape from mine.
Yeah, he does actually. I was surprised there because the camera just went a bit odd. But he did indeed press escape, so that would be infuriating for Nicolas Biver. Let's see what time he can do though. Oh, hello.
So, an alright lap.
Yeah, pretty decent.
This is amazing though. The current top 12 cars all separated by less than a 6/10 so far.
Incredible.
Very close within the running for this.
Oh, hello, Eric Strand. 35.730 first sector at 1 minute 7.1 as he goes through the middle. What's it going to be? Eric Strand goes to pole, and look at that, he's got quite some margin. Well, fairly decent margin for this series. That's nearly 2/10 ahead of Chris Shepherd, but it is far from over yet. Just under 3 minutes to go in this session. Adam Delmont is trying to improve, and he's half a tenth off his first sector time. Not too far off. Can he find something in the middle though? The thing is, if he can just find even a few hundredths or a tenth or something, he can already bump himself up a couple of spots. Chris Shepherd is improving though through the first sector. It is a 35.9. What's he going to do through the middle though? As we see John Broadmeadow nearly a second up on his time, but that's not much of a surprise. Actually, fairly decent lap from John Broadmeadow so far. Let's see what he can do. And he aborts his lap when he was a second up, so he must have made a mistake in that final sector. Chris Shepherd though is improving. At the moment it's not enough for pole, but can he find something in this final sector coming to the line? What's it going to be for Chris Shepherd? It is a... No, he can't improve. Nearly a quarter of a second off.
To be fair, his final sector on his first lap was still the fastest final sector we've had so far.
Hello, Cyril Vermeulen. Cyril Vermeulen is on a charge. What's this going to be? Coming to the line for Cyril, defending champion. Where can he go? Oh, he goes to P2, but look at that. Look at the margin between Eric Strand and Cyril Vermeulen. Almost nothing in it. Jordan Robinson in 4th. And Chris Shepherd is improving. 35.8 now in the first sector. were some yellow flags there, but hopefully that hasn't affected his lap. Through the chicane we go, on board with Chris. Roar of the crowd. And Cyril Vermeulen has found nearly 2/10 in the first sector alone, and it's his last lap as well. What can Cyril Vermeulen do here? Through the chicane he goes, full commitment. So he throws that little Clio around, and Adam Delmont is half a second up. Where's this come from Adam Delmont? Could this be provisional pole position? He's currently 3/10, nearly 4/10 off, so he could go to pole with this lap. What's it going to be across the line? And Adam Delmont takes pole by 1/10 of a second. Cyril Vermeulen is also improving by quite some margin as he goes through the middle sector now.
Up 2/10 in both of the individual sectors.
Yep. This is going to be close. Can Cyril Vermeulen snatch pole? He goes all the way onto the grass there. Shouldn't lose him too much time. What's it going to be? Cyril Vermeulen coming to the line. It's going to be P1, nearly 2/10. Eric Strand is still on a lap, but he's half a tenth off on his personal best. Not looking too good for him unless he can find a beastly amount of time through this final sector. But somehow I don't think that's going to happen.
Very clean final corner. Let's see how he goes across the line.
Doesn't improve. And just see if anyone else on a lap still. Cyril Vermeulen has already done his last lap, so that's not going to count.
But 2 drivers in this session not even set times, which is...
Might be a back of the grid, I suppose. Conrad Venter. Conrad Venter didn't do it. Okay, that's interesting. You're right.
Pulled out at the last minute.
Odd. Maybe he did have a back of the grid and he was just getting some laps in as practice at the end. Hrvoje Belinic in 26th, not many people. Anthony Matthews is on a lap, he's down in 24th. Bit of two-wheeling on the curb there. Only a handful of cars on the circuit. Let's see though. He's a 10th off. Nearly 2 seconds off, and there's a car behind him who's also about to do a lap, or a few cars actually, and I think that is now everyone across the line. Anthony Robinson jumps up, John Broadmeadow up into the top 10, but it is Cyril Vermeulen on pole position for round 11 of the Extreme RPM Team Hard Clio Cup. Wow. So Cyril Vermeulen leads Adam Delmont, Eric Strand, Kevin Ryan. Wow, didn't pay much attention to him, but he's up there. Then we've got Matthew Marquardt, Chris Shepherd, Arne Schoenvliet, Jordan Robertson, Nicolas Bever, John Broadmeadow, Richard Dempsey, Andy Brunner, Alan Van Hook, Carsten Dindegaard, Jimmy Hughes, Adam McNally, Mark Harris, Peppa Pig himself, Nick Curry, Peter Noe, Anthony Robinson, Darren Yates, Roger Pricken, Josh Hall, Anthony Matthews, David Longdon, Hrvoje Belinic, Sasha Kruger, Gerald Wiley, Ryan Walker, and Conrad Venter. Lineup make up your 30-car grid for the first race of tonight. And Gerald Wiley heads straight out onto the track. Shout out to John O'Dalton in the chat. Hashtag lightweight. Anyway, we are now in this 10-minute warm-up session.
Well, we could see for the times that none of them got in the 32, so that would indicate
True.
Perhaps there is less rubber.
But then again, the practice started at 6:30, so I don't know, maybe they have reset it in that time, or the server wasn't up in time, I don't know. But you'd think, because usually we see a good chunk of the field on track during that practice session for like the whole 2 hours. Me and Felix have been on the server before, but there's been loads and loads of people. But yeah, I don't know.
Oh, Jimmy Hughes going off track for a bit. Almost caught the fishtail.
We are just going to take a quick break and remind you of some of the other fantastic championships on offer here at XtremeRPM. We will be back in a few minutes time. Don't go anywhere for round 11 of the Team Hard Clio Cup. Welcome back then to the round 11 of the Team Hard Clio Cup. Coming up in just 5 minutes time, and we are currently in the warm-up session if you're just joining us here at Oulton Park. And the promotion video you just saw is for the International Sim Endurance Championship, also run by XtremeRPM, or made possible by XtremeRPM, and you can check out the next round at Oulton Park soon. But we're just seeing a replay of Anthony Robinson having a trip to the barrier. Rather interesting there.
No, that doesn't happen during the race.
Hopefully not. I mean, we see quite close racing all the way through the field, but most of these guys are relatively sensible, at least at the front. Shouldn't have any major upsets. But then again, Hamilton and Rosberg are pretty quick, sensible drivers. And you just look what happened last weekend, so you never know. Just over 4 minutes 20. So if you want to set a lap, you better be blazing it. As Chris Shepherd bumps down Mark Harris. Mark Harris not looking too shabby at all. 10th off Chris Shepherd, a CC1 driver. And Peppa Pig is notoriously quick in CC2. Can he convert that pace into CC1? And now we have two classes on one grid. Actually watching Mark Harris right now, 2 tenths up in the first sector, but not anywhere near proper pace, I would say. Not what we're used to seeing anyway. Don't know what the fuel load is like around here. I mean, we've seen in previous rounds where tyre wear has been absolutely dire in the final stages. And watching Chris Shepherd now, he is one of the people who's been really badly affected by tyre wear. He's had so many races where he's just driven off into the sunset, and then in the last 5 minutes or the 5 laps or so, his tyres just hit the cliff and he drops like a stone, and he's lost wins because of that, despite having superior pace to everyone. It happened last season and it's happened this season, so it'd be interesting to see if he can, you know, keep that, put that behind him and try and fix that, because obviously we've
Perhaps
heard...
he should invest in Valen Gladot.
Oh, we don't talk about that here. It's vandelf.exe now.
Oh, of course, yes. But yeah, it is tricky to balance tyre wear with pace, especially in rFactor 2, with the tyre model being so precise and often
For sure. I mean,
harsh.
yeah, just like one big look up and you can, well, just have a huge flat spot that completely compromises your race. I've seen that before, but we've been hearing that the track isn't rubbering in that well, so maybe a bit more sliding will be going on and perhaps a bit more tyre wear as a result. But we'll have to see. Just got 2 minutes to go. Still got a yellow flag in the first sector. Who's been a very stupid boy? Let's take a look. Oh, it's gone. Oh.
One thing I'm going to be looking out. Oh, what is it?
Oh, no, it's someone just stopping at the end of the pit lane. Got my hopes up.
One thing I will be looking out for, because this track doesn't seem particularly wide. I will be looking out for, though, in classic touring car fashion,
Oh,
how
God.
many cars people will try and force wide at once on this track.
I dread to think.
How many do you reckon? 3?
3 or 4.
Oh my word, 4.
You never know.
These sorts of cars, they always seem to bring out the best forms of racing, like often the most aggressive racing, which is always fun to watch.
For sure. As we have 30 cars today, so it's going to be interesting, to say the least. On board with Adam Delmont, showing very good pace at the moment, 33.4, tops this session. Obviously can't read too much into warm-up times, it is just a warm-up after all, as he has a huge lock-up there. But yeah, as soon as the adrenaline gets pumping and these little Clios start revving up on the grid, it's going to be a very different story down to turn 1. As we can see, not everyone sets a lap in the session, some use it as a quick poo-poo break. Adam Belmont starting a lap now, 35 seconds to go, that might get cut off, but Nicolas Bever also on a lap. Do apologise for any issues on the stream, may get some brief stuttering, but that will be fixed in the warm-up for the next race most likely. But for race 1 we won't have time to change anything, but if you do have any issues, very sorry. This was quite a last minute call up to do the cameras for this round. I was expecting Felix to be here, but he's studying for these exam things, they're not that important. Surely she gets priority sorted, but the checkered flag is out. Drivers are finishing their laps, and when they are done we will finally get to go racing here at Oulton Park. Is Nicolas Bever doing a practice start? Or is he just sitting there for banter? Oh, it goes into the garage. Here we go then. About to go deaf.
Okay, collision noises. But before the race has even started.
Brilliant stuff. Just what we like to see. As the virtual pit crew. Well, they're all the same person really. Someone in the family's been screwing the other one. Anyway, Miles, would you like to take us through the 30 car grid?
Oh gosh, having to pronounce all these names, right. Okay. So, currently starting the formation lap is Cyril Verdmuller in pole position, followed by Adam Delmont on the front row. Next is the first of the team hard cars, Eric Strand, followed by Kevin Ryan, who I must say has possibly the best livery on the entire grid, I will admit. Matthew, how you pronounce it?
I think it's Marquard or something, or no, not Farquhar, unfortunately.
Okay, so Matthew Marquard in the second team hard car, qualified P5, not bad. Chris Shepherd, P6, was up on pole for quite a while before, but then by the top 5. Arne Schoenvliet, no idea if I'm pronouncing these, I do apologise. Jordan Robinson, Nicholas Bever, John Broadmeadow, Richard Dempsey, Andy Bonar, Alain Van Hook.
I think so, yeah.
Carsten Dindergaard, who I last saw in
Isaac.
ISEC 12-hour race in the LP2 class.
Yeah.
Very good racing. Very good racer he is. Jimmy Hughes, Adam McNally, Mark Harris, Nick Curry, Peter No, Anthony Robinson in P20, Dylan Yates, Roger Pricken, Josh Hoare. Surprised by how far down he is. Was that?
He's a little bit further down than you'd expect.
Followed by Anthony Matthews, David Longdon. I can't pronounce that first name, but Belenich, Nasha Kruger, Gerald Wiley, and then the 2 cars that did not set times during qualifying, Ryan Walker and Conrad Venter. That is your grid of 30 cars, as hopefully I've done that in time. Yes?
Yeah,
Just
I've done
into
it
the grid
pretty
spots
perfect. Thank
grid
you
spots.
very much.
Burnouts, front-wheel drive cars. They are front-wheel drive, right?
Should be, pretty sure they are. Anyway, top 10 finding their grid slots, going to have a little bit of a wait for the other 20 to form up. And Cyril Verdmuller has a nice clear view ahead of him for the 11th round of the TeamHard.com Clio Cup, brought to you by XtremeRPM. Just waiting for everyone to form up at the back.
Still got Venter and Walker pulling up.
Here we go then. Waiting.
They even have grid slots?
Do. Might not be painted on the surface, but the game should have them.
Indeed.
You would hope. But waiting then for the lights to go out. Here we go. Round 11 of the Team Hard Clio Cup is underway, and it's a good start from Cyril Verdmuller. He pulls away nice and cleanly, but you've got to watch for Kevin Ryan around the outside into turn 1. I can hear some collisions already, but it looks relatively clean so far. Eric Strand has a little look at Adam Delmont, slipstreaming all the way down to turn 3, the big braking zone. Who's going to make some moves? I can see Matthew Marquardt up the inside in the Team Hard Clio Cup car. See a few others. I think that's Carsten Dindergaard as well, going side by side in the back, along with Josh Hoare. All pretty clean so far. Matthew Marquardt around the outside, as Chris Shepherd holds on to 5th place. As they ride down the straight now on lap 1, all pretty close, bumper to bumper we go, but Matthew Marquardt is not done. He's not going to make a move at the chicane, surely. Yes, he does, very late on the brakes, going to have to be a bit tight. There's bumping, there's contact, but they keep it together, fair play to him. And he's already got Arne Schoenvliet on the back of him, the race winner this season already. As they ride through the middle sector now, it is all so close up front as well, as Adam Delmont tries to stick with Cyril Verdmuller, the defending champion. But pretty good first lap so far, nice and clean. Can Matthew Marquardt get past? But look at this, the fight for the lead. Adam Delmont looks to the inside. Can't get it done there though. He's going to have a good exit though. Cyril locks up, Cyril runs wide. There is just enough room as they go through the final corner now, and across the line there's going to be nothing in between it, less than the 10th of a second. Adam Delmont is on the inside for turn 1. Can he take the lead here? Yes he can. But he's got to watch for Eric Strand.
Make a gain out of the exit of the corner. Yes he does, and Verdmuller loses 2 positions, and now it looks like 3 positions going into turn 3. Oh,
squeeze.
Between Brian and Verdmuller.
Oh, there Kevin Ryan is off.
Ryan's off.
Eddie Jordan has cursed him, but there looked like there was a bit of a squeeze going on. Need to see the replay.
He got damage. Has Ryan got damage? He's pressed escape, he's out.
He just,
Race one over for
yeah,
him.
if you watch on board, he kind of drifts across Cyril Vermeulen. That probably causes him to lose a bit of control, brakes on the grass, and then just boom.
Of course, the lift off oversteer and a front.
Yeah,
driver.
must have. Oh, Matthew Marquardt going side by side. Chris Shepherd. Into the chicane we go,
Very
just like
tight on
last
this
lap.
back. So tight from P5 backwards.
And Josh Hoare is under heavy fire. David Longdon's going to get past him now. On the outside. Roger Bilinic is already on the rear bumper, as is, I believe that's Ryan Walker, so he's made a decent start. Up from the back of the grid, someone off there. Actually, that might be Ryan Walker, who knows? Can't really tell. Chris Shepherd up into 5th, though. Ahead
Riding
of
the curbs a bit.
just a bit, yeah. Collision sounds everywhere, but I don't think there's actual contact. Who's that in the background? As Josh Hoare now makes a move, trying to get past David Longdon at the hairpin.
Dempsey getting very racy back in P. Oh goodness, scrolling through all the names. I can't find him, but Dempsey looking down the inside of Hughes right now. Makes the move stick, very clean. Taps
Here comes Hughes.
Here
Here comes Hughes. Got the better exit. Richard Dempsey almost moved over, but Jimmy Hughes has the outside and the racing line going downhill. Can't get it done there because Richard Dempsey has the outside, and there's a car off. That is Adam McNally doing his Colin McRae impression. More like Adam McRae, you know. No, okay. We got the two Roykers going side by side, and there's a spinner. There's a spinner at the hairpin. That's not Cyril Vermeulen, is it? No, it's not. That's Alan Van Hook, surely. That's Alan Van Hook.
Got Nick Curry spun at the hairpin. Oh my word! I can't think of a scarier sight than seeing an entire pack of cars coming straight at you. Somehow managing to avoid that incident. Very nicely done by these drivers.
Just watching that back. Nick Curry was on the outside. He had his teammate there. And, Alan Van Hook had already spun. And Alan Van Hook actually reverses. Tries to reverse out the way. But Nick Curry went around the outside and he just tags Nick. And then Nick rejoins into the path of one of the Robinson cars, I think. Who's that? That's not Anthony Robinson. That's Roger Pricken. And he gets spun around. There's also contact with what looks like Anthony Matthews. That was scrappy. Let's see what happened to Alan Van Hook, though.
Looks like Bavair possibly might be catching them. As the battle between two turns into a battle between three. Oh, Walker's off the track as he lets the leaders by. Things seem to have spread out a bit more between the cars in the mid-pack. Belmont goes to the inside line again for the final corner, covers it well. Oh, and he runs wide onto the grass again. Strand obviously has the better exit now. Breezes past. Let's see if Cyril will have the same opportunity. Going into turn one now. Pokes his nose to show he's there, but doesn't get any chance to go down the inside. Pin.
Appears there, the push to talk was also the stop stream key. Brilliant stuff. But we are also recording, so everything will be fine later. Jimmy Hughes under heavy fire now. Jordan Robinson and Roger Pricken, is that? No. Adam McNally up the inside. They're going to be passed well before the hairpin. Quite a few DNFs. Arne Schoenblit is out. Didn't notice that. There's just so much going on. Apologies.
They're just past the halfway point. The current order stands. Eric Strand in the lead, closely followed by Delmont as Eric Strand runs wide. He'll still have the inside line for the next corner though, so he should be able to cover it well. Followed by Cyril Verdmuller, who's just looking for a mistake from one of the two cars in front, or perhaps for them both to collide.
Around the outside. Oh, here we go.
Oh, Verdmuller gets a good exit out of the corner.
Yeah.
Outside line now for the next hairpin.
But Adam is stuck on the inside behind Eric Strand, so maybe Cyril can go on the outside. He's going to need to get on the power nice and early. Can't quite get it done. Adam McNally, meanwhile, battling with Jimmy Hughes down into turn 3. Can he go up the inside? No, he cannot. He's also got to watch for Conrad Venter. Conrad Venter doing a stellar job. He's up from P30 to P18 now. P17, P18, sorry. I was right first time. But this battle for the lead raging on. Ever closer. Edges Adam Delmont. Eric Strand in the Team Hard car. Doing his best. Bit of a squirm for Delmont on the brakes. There's a yellow flag in sector 1. Who's that for?
Oh, we've got smoke coming from cars. Marcard looks like he's in the wall.
Whereabouts?
Cars caught up in that.
Whereabouts?
Around the barrier, the corner after the hairpin.
Oh, here we go. Cyril Vermeulen up the inside. And he gets that done. Job done. Oh no, he runs wide. He runs wide. Here comes Delmont. Round the outside for turn 3. Not going to work.
May get a better exit though. Doesn't look like it.
Jordan Robertson battling Jimmy Hughes.
Marcard down now in 22nd place, having qualified P6.
I'm just rewinding now. Did you say he was in the wall this lap? Last lap, sorry. Oh, here we go. Oh, hello. Hello. Down the chicane. He spins on his own. He just... Oh, is that an invisible wall, or did he clout the inside barrier? Could just be some lag, but yeah. He spins it, then rejoining. He must have distracted the guys ahead, because everyone just goes insane down there. But yeah.
Oh, just get a bit too close to the tyre.
Could have done. I mean, it could just be lag, so I don't know.
Yeah, Strand seems to be pulling away a bit now from Verdmuller. He seems to be slightly down on pace with Strand and Delmont. If Delmont can get past again, I'm not sure. But he may be able to close in on Strand, and then we'll get the battle for the lead again. Meanwhile, Bavere all this time has been closing in slowly on the front guys, but maybe this gap will open up again. Yeah, what team are Bavere and Chris Shepard in? Because they're currently P4 and P5, which should be a solid result.
Bavere and Shepard. Don't know actually.
Q Sport?
Not sure. Oh, here we go. Jimmy Hughes on Jordan Robinson.
Or O Sport? Oh, and here we go. Ryan Walker. Back marker right now. Strand leading up to him.
Great gaggle of cars here. Jimmy Hughes around the outside. Jordan Robinson. Adam McNally's going to get through. Oh, Jimmy Hughes taking the rallycross line.
Gets passed by Dempsey, who's in fact missing the front part of his bodywork, so I'm not sure.
Ooh, Adam McNally bumping into the hairpin. It's all getting a bit...
Jimmy Hughes hits the inside barrier.
Oh dear. Back to the fight for the lead.
Swarming over the back of him.
And just under 8 minutes to go. It's anyone's game up front. Actually, don't count out Nicolas Bavere and Chris Shepard. Certainly not Nicolas Bavere. Well, Adam Delmont taking a big helping of the grass, helping cut that for sure.
The Turtles racing team.
Gotta love that livery. Chris de Jong would love to race for them.
These cars, so creative. Well, we've got Bonar on the outside of Broadmeadow right now, going down into turn 3. Oh, manages to outbrake him, but will he keep it going around the corner? Runs fairly wide, has to scrub some speed off. Broadmeadow keeps the position.
Oh, Nick Curry has contact Anthony Matthews there. Went up the inside, he was there, and Matthews just completely turns in on him. Great stuff.
Oh, got Hughes again in the battle, now with McNally. Looks like McNally must have made a mistake to have fallen back that much. Robinson.
Yeah.
This pack of 5 seems very feisty. Marcard in the pits again.
In the pits?
Hmm.
Maybe he's trying to get points for fastest lap or something, I don't know. But he is going to be right at the back for race 2. And Van Hook, meanwhile, trying to make a move on Dylan Yates, get into the top 10, get that reverse grid pole.
Yates runs wide.
Yes, he's in. As it stands, your front row would be Alan Van Hook, Mark Harris. Pretty good front row, if I dare say so myself. P11 is the place where no one wants to be. As Dylan Yates is now under pressure from Peter Noe. As Jimmy Hughes on the outside of Jordan Robinson now. 6 minutes on the clock. Can he do it? Can he go around the outside onto the grass? He's now got this long start finish straight. Watch out for Adam McNally just behind them. Oh, he's got a good run coming down into turn 1. These guys are going to be side by side. Can Adam McNally steal the inside? That was opportunistic, but great move.
Ooh, Hughes on the
3
grass,
wide.
forced wide by
3 wide.
Robinson.
You called it 3 wide in the warm-up or practice. You said 3 wide, and we got it just briefly through turn 3. Ooh, hang on.
Credit to Jack Hughes for keeping it in a straight line then. Oh, and he gets the position off of McNally, taking the inside line. Braking zone down into this hairpin.
Oh, hello. Gap at the front is pretty close.
Mashing the plus key to see. Cyril has closed in the gap, it seems, to Eric Strand. Perhaps Strand has started to hit the wall with his tyres.
Late on the brakes through the final braking zone.
He'd slightly locked them up as well.
Yeah, I wonder if tyre wear will come into effect now. If anyone's going to struggle, watch Chris Shepherd, because he's had problems with tyre wear in the past. Maybe.
Well, he's stayed fairly a fair way back from Bavair, so perhaps he's not pushing at his maximum so far.
Long way off.
He says as he takes turn 1, there's a cloud of tyre smoke coming off the front wheels.
Oh, here we go. Cyril Bowman has a good run. Jimmy Hughes trying to pass Jordan Robertson, ain't gonna work there. Oh, Jimmy. Here we go. Down across the line. And is Jordan Robertson going to cover the inside? He doesn't really know. Got this great big gaggle of 5 cars all together on the track. But I think we want to look at the battle for the lead.
Shepard does appear to be falling back a bit. Coming into the clutches of John Broadmeadow and Andy Bono.
Oh, John Broadmeadow and Andy Bono doing a great job at the moment. John Broadmeadow, the most British sounding name you can get, but that's Cyril Vermeulen all over Eric Strand now. Can the Team Hard car hold on? Late on the brakes is Cyril. Into the final braking zone he goes, nice and tidy. Is it a good enough exit? No, Eric Strand has a better exit, pulls away slightly. What about in the slipstream? Braking for turn 1. Clean line for Cyril. Eric uses a bit more of the grass than the curb. I don't know, just a little bit out of touch at the moment. If he can get a bit closer, he can really get involved in this fight. Not long to go in this race now, just a few more laps. If that.
They're really closing in now on Delmont, it seems.
Jimmy Hughes, Jordan Robertson, Roger Prickett, all these guys are all battling again. Jimmy Hughes Good move there. Actually, Roger Pricken is miles down the road. Roger Pricken is, yeah, after P14, it's all pretty spread out. I wonder if we'll get any more traffic towards the end. 2 minutes on the clock.
Well, we've got a double 2 wide going on right now with Robinson, Hughes,
Wow.
McNally, Venter. My words.
Hairpin. These guys just been racing all the way through. Cyril Vermeulen. Looks like we're going to get one more lap of racing. Cyril Vermeulen has a little look to the inside. Eric Strand has to cover it. Oh, but Cyril's got a great exit. Eric's going to want to cover that off ASAP.
They're all on that inside line
Cover
for turn
it.
1. It seems if
Too
you
late.
have the inside line for turn 1.
Up the inside, can't quite get it done.
Oh,
Great defensive drive from
tucks
Eric
back
Strand.
into the slipstream.
Eric Strand has to cover that inside. He has to cover the inside, and he can get away with it there. But next braking zone, he needs to be on the inside. This is the last lap of round 11 of the TeamHard.com Clio Cup. Look how close they are. Cyril Vermeulen
Drafting.
looking to the outside, right the hairpin. You're not going to go all the way around there, Cyril.
A tenth of a second separating the two of them.
Oh, hang on. Look who's coming to play Adam Bilman now. He's closed in on Cyril Vermeulen. And if these two trip over each other at the last turn, who knows what could happen. As Alan Van Hook is about to lose reverse grid pole up the inside.
Yeah, this battle getting very close right now.
Can he hang on? Dylan Yates.
Racing team cars, one fighting for the lead, one fighting for the front of the grid for the next race. Oh, it's going to be very difficult to pass there, Dylan.
It's going to be too much, I think. Oh, a good defensive drive from Alan Van Hook, though. He knows what he's doing, but hang on, here comes Gerald Wiley. But we should turn our attention to the front of the field. It's going to be... looks like it's going to be Eric Strand for Team Hard. Wins round 11 of the TeamHard.com Clio Cup. It's Cyril Vermeulen just behind him, and Adam Delmont rounding out the podium. Nicolas Biver finishes fourth.
Separated by less than a second.
Wow. Chris Shepherd is in fifth. Good finish for their team. John Broadmeadow, Andy Brunner. Great finishes for them as well. Carsten Dindegaard just a little bit further back. But he should...
Looks like Van Hook has held on to P10.
Wow, great stuff. And Mark Harris is P9. Front row start for him.
Yates has fallen back.
Oh yeah, he's gone way off.
Oh, he went onto the grass. Just after we left him, he went onto the grass. Tried going for an outside move and just dropped down to P14 in the end. Wow, lost 3 positions.
Someone's on the horn. It's probably him. He's a bit annoyed at himself, I'd imagine. But yeah, fantastic opening race here at Oulton Park. It's Eric Strand from Cyril Vermeulen, Adam Delmont, Nicolas Biver, Chris Shepherd, John Broadmeadow, Andy Bonar, Carsten Dindegaard, Mark Harris. Alan Van Hook will start from reverse grid pole. Peter Noe just misses out. Roger Pricken, Jordan Robinson, who we saw in that amazing battle with Jimmy Hughes, Adam McNally, Conrad Venter. Good recovery drive from him. See if he can get into the top 10 perhaps in the next race. Might be a bit ambitious, who knows. Anthony Robertson, Roger Belinich, Hansi Matthews, Nick Curry, Sasha Kruger, Richard Dempsey, Matthew Marquardt, Ryan Walker, and your retirements: David Longden, Arne Schundvliet, Josh Hoare, Kevin Ryan, and Gerald Wiley.
Well, if that first race was anything to go by, I reckon the second will be even more exciting.
Yeah.
Reverse grid always throws up different challenges for the front running drivers.
Yeah, and for those who haven't started on the front row before, sometimes people just find that they're good at managing the race from the front, and they can suddenly start winning. I mean, we've seen people who like struggle in the traffic. But there are some drivers who, if you just put them on pole, and they can quite happily control the race and win from there. I've seen that quite a few times with reverse grid races and the surprises they can throw up. I remember Josh Hoare in Morez last season. But yeah, moving to the second warm-up session. we're going to take a quick break, but when we come back we'll have round 12 of the Team Hard Clio Cup, brought to you by XtremeRPM here from Oulton Park. Welcome back then to round 12 of the XtremeRPM Team Hard Clio Cup. From Oulton Park, I'm joined again with Miles Wee, and we are just halfway through this warm-up session. Not many drivers tend to set time in this session, just use it as a bit of a break after one 25-minute race. Some might want to use it to get back into a rhythm again, maybe tweak something on the car if they're allowed to. Maybe something didn't quite work for them in the last race and they want to get some extra laps in. For those who retired in the last race, they want to get back into a competitive pace, try and make sure they are ready, especially people like Matthew Marquardt, who is right down the order. They need a good second race here. But as we saw in the first race, very competitive, and if the first race is anything to go by, we are in for an absolute treat here. But of course, it will be Alan Van Hook. But you never know. Could have a completely different winner. Carsten Dindergaard looks good. Andy Bonar is up there too. John Broadmeadow, he was pretty rapid in the first race. Good to see him up there. So you never know what could happen in this second race. Peter Noe sets the first time, not the quickest, but it's something. Cyril Vermeulen is currently on a lap, or an out lap at least. No, he's on the time lap. Let's see what he can do. But yeah, pretty exciting race at the front and all the way through the field. That fantastic battle with Jordan Robertson and Jimmy Hughes and Dylan Yates as well versus Alan Van Hook. I mean, excellent racing. Just hope they can all keep it clean and we get treated to another thriller. Cyril Vermeulen does a 33.2. That's a pretty not far off the fastest on the server. Pretty decent time indeed. That's qualifying pace, but obviously these are Clio Cup cars. There's not a huge difference between quali and race pace. Not quite like a Formula 1 car. Quite a different beast indeed, but just under 3 minutes to go.
Probably because the cars are stacked up so much.
Yeah, not the neatest pit lane I have to say, but after such a close race 1 miles, who do you think is going to win the second one?
Well, I feel like because he's going to be in sort of the middle ground, could be Bavair has a chance to win. I'll call him, as we say, the dark horse. This race.
Oh, I think he could be a dark horse. You know what, Nicolas Bavair could be a dark horse in this race.
I hear what you're saying. But he could be a dark horse.
Yeah.
There's a possibility. But yeah, Nicolas Bavair's got a chance. I think Strand might be very strong and come up through the field still, despite starting 10th.
I'm gonna throw one out there. I know it's easier to pass on this track than other ones, but John Broadmeadow or Alan Van Hook, maybe even Peppa Pig, you know, they were quite good in the first race. I mean, admittedly not as quick as the top guys, but if they're good at defending and there's some carnage in the back, which there tends to be sometimes. I mean, we've seen quite bad races where championship contenders have been taken out, so you never know. I mean, Chris Shepherd looks quick as well. Don't count him out. He's been one of the fastest. Beaten Cyril Vermeulen on his day. Easily one of the quickest guys in the championship. It's just so competitive. You never know. I mean, who knows? Could be Peter Noe. Could be Andy Bonar. Probably not, but just throwing it out there. But be interesting to see what Kevin Ryan can do from the back, and Matthew Marquardt. Fast guys at the back, as well as the usuals at the front. Adam Delmont sets a blistering time for 33.1. Obviously there's a bit of rubber from race 1, but still an impressive time for a race pace nonetheless. Chris Shepherd, look at that pace. You know what? Perhaps Adam Delmont could win this one, but he's got 7 other cars who are just as hungry. As we go death once again, and the cars are all stacked up. But yeah, just waiting.
I certainly expect there to be more overtaking this race, quite how much there was. With the added player of the reverse grid, I think will be very interesting.
For sure.
This round 12?
Indeed it is.
Indeed, round 12.
Getting quite stuck into this championship. Let's run through the grid. Anna van Hook is on pole position. Captain Hook himself, the Belgian. I wasn't sure if he was Dutch or Belgian. He's Belgian, it turns out, judging by that flag. Mark Harris on the front row. Peppa Pig doing a great job. Carsten Dindegaard is third. Andy Bonham is fourth. John Broadmeadow, the most British sounding name, is fifth, and it's Chris Shepherd, Nicolas Bivet.
British sounding.
Yeah, that's true. Adam Delmont, Cyril Verdmuller. Alex Strand are your race winner from the first race of the evening. And it's Peter Noe, Roger Pricken, Jordan Robinson, Dylan Yates. Great battle with him, Jordan, and Jimmy Hughes. And Adam McNally, actually, and Conrad Venter, to be fair, all involved in that fantastic race. Jimmy Hughes, Adam McNally, Conrad Venter, Anthony Robinson, Roger Belinic, Anthony Matthews, Nick Curry, starting well down the order. Sasha Kruger in 22nd, then it's Richard Dempsey, Matthew Marquardt well out of position, Ryan Walker quite far down, David Longdon in 26th, and Arne Schubli, one of the fastest guys and a race winner in this series, starts at the very back of the grid. We have 27 cars for this race, so some people have packed up and gone home and gone to cry, but you know, as we watch.
Cried because they crashed at the pit entrance because they weren't looking at their screen.
Wonder who that could be referring to. Jordan Anderson. Oh god, my cough. Awful today. Gonna need you to help me commentating, but yeah. As they come through this final sector.
It does seem as that looking through this list, does look like the spread of teams is quite large. I mean, the only 2 cars I see within the top 10 from the same team are, in fact, Chris Shepherd and Nicolas Bivet in the O Sport cars. But yeah, it does seem very competitive this chat. Constructors themselves. Before he looks at the Constructors Championship, and Team Hard is winning by a landslide. Okay, then moving on.
Yeah, just looking, got the team championship coming into round 11. This is before Oulton Park on your screens. But Miles, do you want to take us through the start this time?
Oh my word.
Grab your pants and get hard.
So we have lights going on right now, and we are in Oulton Park for round 12 of this championship, and Van Hook gets a good start, covers the inside well from Harris. We've already got Dindegaard under attack from and Dindegaard and Shepherd run wide at turn 1. I'm hearing some collisions further back, but yes, rushing back towards the lead now. And Hook still in P1, followed by Harris. Then Bonar making an attempt around the outside of Dindegaard, followed by Shepherd. But I so many names. Bivet hanging back slightly from Cyril Verdmuller, who's made a good charge through the field. Strand equally.
Whoa, hairpin time.
Around the outside. Sorry, what do you...
3 wide at the hairpin. I think that's with Adam McNally. Someone a bit laggy. I think it might be Jimmy Hughes, but great stuff at the hairpin. All pretty clean at the back, I must say. Ooh, cursed it. I cursed it. I cursed it. I'm sorry, buddy. Sorry, Hoover. Sorry, Kirsten. Don't rejoin there. Bit messy.
Strand now is right on the back of Nicolas Bavere, who will have to make a defensive move, I believe, into this next corner. But yes, we've got Hook sort of storming away with the lead right now, followed by Harris, who's more than a second back already. Bonar, Shepherd, and then now we've got Nicolas Bavere with Strand going down the inside now. Can he make the move stick? Cyril.
Oh, here comes Cyril.
Cyril pokes his way in as well as Demont. So I told you, the front three from last race.
Oh wow, 3 wide on the straight almost. Here we go.
Demont hangs back for turn 1, knowing that the inside line is superior here. Bavere makes an aggressive attempt to keep the position. Go down to turn 3 now. Bonar really closing in on Harris now, who wants that P2. He wants some clear.
Oh, we got a car off. We got a car off at turn 3. That is one of the. Completely went there. Apologies for that, but we do appear to be back now.
Got Chris Shepherd up into P2 right now. Seems to have gotten past both Bonar and, in fact, I'm not quite sure what happened to Harris. He's fallen well back down to P10. Must have made a mistake at some point. Oh, and we're now going into turn 1. We have Strand, Verdmüller, and Bonar all vying for P3. Oh, Verdmüller pushed onto the inside curb slightly by Strand. Shepherd and Hook clear in front of them, should be able to keep under control.
Just loading up the server now. Won't be much longer. Apologies for the technical issue.
So we have to do radio style commentary for the time being. Okay, so we've got Delmont currently in P6, chasing down the rear end of Bonar. My word, I need to pick better words for this. We've got Bavere makes his way past, I think, Delmont, possibly? I can't remember who was in what position. But yes, currently the order is Unhook, Shepherd, followed by Strand and Verdmüller making the charge. Bonar, who started P3, has done fairly well to keep hold of position, fallen down a bit to P5. Bavere, Delmont, followed by Robinson, who's made a good charge. I didn't realise how far up he'd gone. Broadmeadow, Harris, Frickin, Yates, McNally, Venter, Belenich, Dindergaard, who obviously had that collision earlier on, ran wide. And Schoenvliet, who's up to P17, having started P27. He's gained 10 positions so far. He is on a charge right now. We've got Yates runs slightly wide, going for a move on Prickin down the inside into turn 1. He's got a slightly better draft. He should have the move completed even before they get to the corner. Does he outbreak him? No. Yates takes the position. Yates up into P11.
We have some visuals back on track. Dylan Yates, as you say, up into P11 at the moment. Brilliant stuff so far, and with 18 minutes to go.
For a move on Strand quickly. Verdmüller going for a move on Strand. They're side by side going down.
There we go.
Hairpin now. Verdmüller manages to outbrake Strand, getting the brakes locked up slightly.
Got a yellow flag in the first sector. Who's that for?
Oh, we've got Nick Curry's off. Nick Curry is off
again. Nick.
Looks like he was possibly in a collision with Robinson. Anthony Robinson and Nick Curry seem to have had a collision. Jimmy Hughes rushes by.
Oh, that was a big crash. Let's watch that back on the replay. On the outside, Nick Curry is on the outside of the track. And does he... Ooh... Nick Curry moves over a little bit. That's unfortunate. I don't know, it's hard to cover. Ooh. That is. Andy Bonar! Andy Bonar, the most excitable young gentleman, has pirouetted into the wall. Now I need to see a replay of that.
Oh, he's going slow,
There was no real contact. He just got on the grass and then very nearly collected someone else. Thankfully he didn't. Just slams into the Armco. Really, really unfortunate to see he was doing
We've
such
got
a good job.
Schoenvliet looking down the inside of Belinic now. He's
Oh, yeah.
on the charge again. Currently P16.
Nah.
Can he make it stick? Oh, forces Belinic slightly
Who's
wide.
that going off the
Trying to
road?
move ahead.
Who's that?
Dempsey.
Richard Dempsey.
Dempsey going for a daring move at turn 1 on nobody. Schoenvliet does not take the position though, stays back in 16th, but hopefully he can get a better run out of this corner now. Seems to be that most cars are fairly well matched on top speed. I'm not sure exactly.
Wow, get this.
League, but
Get this. Cyril Vermeulen is up into 3rd already. What happened to Mark Harris?
I believe he made a mistake. I'm not entirely sure, but he fell down to P10.
Wow, he's now P9. But Cyril Vermeulen and Eric Strand are already 3rd and 4th, and they still have another 16 minutes to make up some more spots.
Next car on their hunting list was Chris Shepherd, currently in B2, running on nicely. They're not.
Cyril, that's not the greatest exit through there. He's going to have to go defensive.
Leader's current pace looks like it's around the mid 33s. Did a low 34 last
Yep,
time, losing some grip.
Can Strand get the cutback? He's got the slipstream now down towards turn 1 as we head onto lap 6.
Very aggressive 6, you said there.
6! Yeah! Nikolai Bavers is the fastest lap. Nikolai Bavers is the fastest lap of the race at 33.2.
Well, it looks like we've got two retirements suddenly, Sasha Kruger and David Longdon.
What about Andy Bernard? Is he still up?
He's still going.
Wow.
Oh,
Nick Curry?
just ran
Yeah.
into the grass and
Eee.
suspension damage.
I'm surprised Nick Curry's still going. Anyway, Eric Strand and Cyril Vermeulen are still locked in this battle for 3rd and the final podium spot.
Might be right actually. Van Hook's holding on very well so far in B1, but I won't talk too much about that in case of commentators'
you
chaos.
just...
I think perhaps if I only mention it briefly, then hopefully nothing bad will happen.
Now you've said that. You've just gone and cursed him. Anyway, like I cursed Carsten Dindergarden, he's now, well... Anyway, down to P14, so Eric Strand still trying to find a way past Cyril Vermeulen. Nicolas Bavert and Adam Belmont are quite close on the road. Nicolas Bavert in the slipstream as they come towards turn 1. There's a yellow flag in sector 1. Back markers getting out of the way perhaps, I don't know. Oh hello, Adam McNally gives Roger Pricken his teammate. Oh no, no he doesn't.
Stopped.
Oh, not again. Low love tap. Hello. Hello mate, how you doing? Oh, Roger Belinic is off the road. Or is that Schoenvliet? No, it's Belinic. Schoenvliet goes through. Just watching the replay. He just ran wide himself. Okay, no contact there.
Oh. We had Dempsey on the middle of the track. Said in chat he had a computer crash to warn the drivers, but it looks as though he just managed to press escape in time. Right in the middle of the road, and drivers had to take evasive action either side of him. Thankfully, no one came off badly in that. Shepherd has closed in a lot on Hook in the past couple of laps.
Oh wow, I'm just seeing the replay of Dempsey. That's quite an interesting parking space. Anyway,
He did say in chat his computer crashed, so perhaps
fair play.
Do anything about it.
Yep, here we go.
Drivers.
Adam McNally, Roger Pricken, Conrad Venter, and Carsten Dindergaard all battling. Oh, look at this, Roger Belinic and Alan Schoenvliet as well. Chris Shepherd though, hang on a moment, Alan Van Hook's 1.2 second lead is just down to 4/10, and Cyril Vermeulen under pressure.
Both Eagle Racing Team cars are on the defensive right now, one for P1 and one for P3 in this race.
Dylan Yates trying to go around the
some cars
outside.
go slightly wide in the background, Bavere and Delmont. Turn 3 doesn't seem like the best corner for overtakes. Even if you take the inside line, you lose speed down the straight and just immediately lose the position. But Strand's got a very good run out of turn 3, going down towards the hairpin now. Outbraked again by Verdmüller, who covers the inside line. Moving further back, oh my word, there's a group of 6 cars very close to one another.
Oh, wow.
Headed by Pricken, followed by McNally, Venter, Vindegaard, Schoenvliet, who's now up only into P15, so his charge has been slowed somewhat. Marcard himself up in 17, so he's made some gains. Bonar way down in P18. Oh, how this race has turned sour for him for P2.
Anyway, battle for the lead rages on as Andy Schoenbrake now tries to make a move on Conrad Venter. Conrad Venter climbed up from 17th on the grid, so again making some progress in this race after a poor quali. But Andy Schoenbrake's going to get the undercut here, surely. Or maybe, hang on, here comes Carsten Dindegaard. He fancied Adam McNally and Roger Pricken perhaps in the same part of the cherry. Can he get it done? No, he cannot. But he is past Roger Pricken and up into 12th place at the moment. But this is a long, long way from over 10 minutes to go. This race has just flown by so far, probably because I was disconnected for half of it. But Roger Belinic.
Oh, Delmont and Bever in a very close battle. Delmont ran wide at turn 1, and so Bever had a good run into turn 3. Bever currently got a better exit, it looks like, out of the corner going down towards the hairpin now. These two are very close for the battle for P5. Delmont touches the back
got that on board.
Bever.
Did you let him through? No.
They kept it together, but that's on the edge in terms of.
And this is also going to be on the edge into the chicane. Neither of them giving each other an inch, so they go side by side. Brilliant move by Nicolas Bever there. But oh, look at this. They're all,
P1 gets even closer now.
top 4 are getting involved.
Look now with 3 cars deep in his mirrors.
That's not something you want deep up your rear end. Eric Strand all over the back.
I'd almost be looking behind me more from front. I know that's not what you're supposed to do, but with 4 cars chasing you down, generally with better pace.
3 cars.
Can't just ignore them.
Arne Schoenblate, or Blissy Blotti, Schmitty Formotti is down in 13th. Can't make a move on Carsten Vindegaard.
Oh, Cyril Verdmüller pulls out of the slipstream.
Here we go.
3, looks to make a move down the inside. Falls back with the greater corner speed for Shepard, taking the
I think he's going to have a great run towards the next corner. In the slipstream, hang on, look out for Eric Strand.
The compound slipstream might be helping Strand quite a bit here in the straights. But of course, the slipstream with 3 cars is going to be more significant.
Hang on, here we go. Oh, going to kick off at this hairpin, isn't it?
Okay, nice and cleanly. Cars right on the edge of their mechanical grip. And Hook, is he locking up that rear wheel into that corner? I keep seeing his rear right wheel.
Oh, look at this! Look at this! Here we go.
Wide now. Ooh,
contacts. Swapping some paint.
2 positions in such a short space of time.
But he's got 7 minutes to make him up. Here we go, Eric Strand.
Strand now goes to the inside.
At the moment,
has to back
it's
out
a
of it.
1-2 at the front. Oh, but a slide from Cyril. That's going to give Eric Strand a hope. Is he going to switch to the inside or goes to the outside because Cyril covers it? Here we go. Oh, there's contacts.
Eric Strand, pit maneuvers.
Both of them.
Cyril, the possible Eagle Racing team. 1-2 seems to be over.
Oh wow, let's take a look on the replay. Eric Strand goes to the outside. We need to see this from above, I think.
Is it a please don't tell me it's like Spain. No, it was under braking. Neither could deviate from their line, it seems.
Eric Strand is, yeah, he's holding his line outside. Cyril move.
Yeah,
As
but once
Eric
you're on the
moves,
brakes, you got to. Ooh.
maybe a racing into. I don't know. That's maybe just moved a bit under braking, just naturally, not. That's harsh. Eric Strand's recovered though. He's already chasing John Broadmeadow for 6th.
This does, of course, clear up Chris Shepherd back into P2, and Hook's got a bit more clear space behind him. Keep maintaining this lead, gap at about a second now. P3, P4, Delmont and Bever. Now it looks like the O Sport racing team possibly makes some strides in getting a good result.
Oh, contact. That's Marquardt and Venter. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
Back in the gravel
Whoa,
tracks.
whoa,
Careful.
whoa, whoa. Whoa.
Careful, Bonar.
That was.
Was
Actually,
going to
no.
be careful with Bonar.
Yeah, no, you don't want to show it to everyone. Yeah, Conrad was side by side with Pricken. Pricken gets through, and Marquardt just tries to follow through, and he probably did follow through in his pants a bit after. I mean, he was side by. Yeah, I don't know. That's probably best I don't give an opinion on this. Ryan Walker.
Now down in 13th behind. Man, he started last. Schoenvliet.
Oh, we've got a good battle here. Schoenvliet and Vermeulen, two of the fastest guys. Nicolas Biver now hunting down Adam Delmont for P3, that final spot on the podium.
Eric Strand going for a move on Broadmeadow. On Broadmeadow. Keeps it calm though, keeps it composed. Battle for P3 though seems to be the most.
Oh, lock up from Delmont.
Ooh.
Here we go.
Bever stays to the outside line. Oh, and Delmont pits?
Really?
Perhaps he has a penalty.
It has to be a penalty. Check his dashboard as Karsten runs wide.
Can't see. No.
I don't know.
Looks like.
See how long he sat there? I mean, is the car going up on jacks? Doesn't look like it. So maybe it is a penalty, perhaps for cutting, or could be. I wonder if it's track limits.
He was stationary for not very long, so it seems as though that was a penalty. That, of course, does free it up. So O Sport now is positions 2 and 3 in this race, followed by Jordan Robinson, who's made a fantastic drive to keep it together and move up into P4. Followed by John Broadmeadow and Eric Strand now, P6. Mark Harris, who fell back from starting P2 on the grid, I believe.
Yeah.
By Dylan Yates, and then Schoenvliet, McNally, and Verdmuller.
Eric Strand now looking at John Broadmeadow's rear bumper. Coming into the middle sector, down the straight we go, on board with Strand now. On the rear end of Broadmeadow. Can he go up the inside through here? Yes, he can. Oh, maybe not. What about through here? Broadmeadow thought it was going to jinx to the inside then, maybe not. It's going to be a bit of a lunge if he does go for it, and he doesn't. Wisely, because Broadmeadow doesn't get the best line through there, gets a poor exit in comparison to Strand. Strand should have this lovely slipstream. Can he go up the inside? Broadmeadow looks a bit, don't know, looks like he's a little edgy. He wants to go to the inside, but it's running wide. That's going to really cost him here. On the outside for Strand, where it all went wrong last time. Can he do what he couldn't do to Cyril? He doesn't go around the outside there. So Karsten moves up to P11. Cyril is now 10th. Made up 3 places since we last spoke about him. But Eric Strand, can he go up the inside here? No, he can't. But John Broadmeadow locks up.
But Broadmeadow's just keeping enough speed to keep Strand behind him, getting good corner exits and smooth. smooth lines through the corners, just managing to keep a car that may have the pace on him, may have the raw pace,
Yeah,
might find a way past.
someone saying in the chat, CC2 are battling with CC1 cars. No respect. Well, I think it's fair enough if they're quick enough. I mean, if they're holding them up, then that's different. But if they're quick enough to battle, I don't see why not. That's racing. Which we want to see. With the one server, there's almost no need for the extra class.
Oh,
anyway.
Broadmeadow went slightly wide at the last corner. Strand looks to the outside. Broadmeadow covering nicely on the inside line. I haven't seen anyone make an overtake around the outside in this corner yet today.
Ooh, I doubt that's going to happen, but he can get the switch back. It's going to be tight. Can he do it around the outside, or at least set himself up?
Strand will be slightly more wary into this corner now.
Yeah, he's going to try and get a better exit on here. He's got the optimal line.
And we seem to have missed Bavaria.
I know, I'm using a microphone on a webcam. Calm down.
Race winners?
It doesn't have to be race winners. It can be anyone.
Oh, here we go. We've got Eric Strand. He says he'll join us in the comments. Making the short walk up now from the pit lane.
Oh wow, the stream must have cut out again because I pressed the wrong button. Excellent stuff. But yeah, it will be re-uploaded after, so don't worry. But yeah, apologies for the messy stream. Had to completely reinstall the broadcasting software. Had to come up last minute, redesign all the display and everything. Because unfortunately Felix can't do the cameras, but I think we did okay. It's all recorded and everything, so if any of the action has been missed, you can re-watch it later on when it's re-uploaded, but I do apologise for that. Not an awful lot I could do. Tried setting it up in the time I had, which wasn't a lot. But we'll make do with it. See if anyone has joined us.
Indeed, we have Eric Strand with us.
Yes, hello. Hello. Well, I watched the replay and I had really nowhere to go. At first I thought that I had swerved into him, but when I watched the replay, I was following the white line and he went to the right, so there was nowhere for me to go. I was already basically on the grass. I had maybe had a decimeter or two, so there wasn't all that much I could do. Shame that that happened, because that could have been a really, really good fight. We probably would have ended up being about 6 at the end of that, because Adam and Nick were coming at the end as well. So that was a really big shame. But I came back decently afterwards anyway. So it hurt him a lot more than it did me. So
You and Cyril's charge through the field was fantastic to watch. So many great overtakes, and you in like a little pack of 2 almost.
yeah, I managed to get round him on the first lap, and then I thought, right, I'm just gonna try to stick to the back of people and not kill my tires, and see what he does. But he was really trying to get past me, so I thought, right, I'll let him go and just sit behind him. So I didn't really do much. I just tried to stick as close as I could to him without burning my tires off. And then I was like, all right, we might not catch Alain, but oh well, we'll probably be able to catch Chris, I thought. But then we had a little something happen in the hairpin. I think someone's computer crashed or so on. So we all got bunched up, and then I thought, right, it's go time. But then we came together. So yeah, it went well up until then, and then I got stuck behind John Broadmeadow, who did an amazing job defending. I just could not get past. It was trying to go around a big brick wall, but so he did really well.
yeah, that was a brilliant first race for you.
Hi. Yeah, it was a good race. Qualify wasn't what I expect because I was one of the fastest guys on practice session, and in my flying lap I was 2 tons faster than the leader, and I was blocked by CC2 drivers, so I didn't let enough space between us, so I missed my qualify and finished ninth. And for the race one, I'm back fourth, but I wasn't able to catch Eric, Cyril, and Adam. So it was a boring race for me for the first race, but it was nice to watch Eric, Cyril, and Adam fighting. But for the race two, it was better. I was quick again, and a lot of crash behind me, Chris, Eric, and Cyril. So it's a shame because they were faster. But yeah, it was good. I finished second, just behind Alan Van Hook. So I think 1 or 2 laps more, and I could finish first. But it was good. It was a good race with Adam. Good fight. And I'm happy because I have the 2 fastest lap on the both race, so it's cool. It's a good point for the championship.
The result from the second race was very good for your team as teammate
Yeah,
finished third. So
yeah, Chris
helping
let
of points.
me pass at the end.
Very eventful race.
Sorry?
And very eventful racing. Yeah, battles all over the field.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic racing from rounds 11 and 12 of the Team Hard Clear Cup. Thank you guys very much for joining us. But until next time, couple of weeks till the next round. Does anyone know where that is actually?
There's a non-championship round on the 31st of May at Silverstone International, but the next proper round is rounds 13 and 14 on the 14th of June at Castle Combe, which is another track. My word, this track list.
Great British track with British values, indeed. Anyway, moving swiftly onwards, thank you very much for joining us. And from myself and Miles and everyone else in here, see you next time out. But until then, bye bye. And yeah, if you're a bit hard, you might want to go soften up for a bit. So ciao.